It's getting very interesting in the broad-based government. A few days ago, Raila Odinga said there was no deal between him and Ruto for 2027 presidential election. That his deal and Ruto ends in 2027, but not including 2027 presidential election. Some political pundits saw that as a way Raila Odinga wanted to up his stakes on the negotiating table. That by saying there is no deal between him and Ruto for 2027 elections, then that could force and push William Ruto to give Raila Odinga a better deal for 2027. Just days after saying that, a staunch William Ruto ally now alleges that ODM party might be given the deputy president's position in 2027. I want us to have a look at the remarks as captured by K24, for they are going to inform the basis of our analysis right now. Kindiki sidelined. Cherargei says ODM UDA 2027 pact leaves door open for DP deal. Nandi Senator Samson Cherargei has hinted that the budding partnership between President William Ruto's United Democratic Alliance UDA and Raila Odinga's Orange Democratic Movement ODM could reshape Kenya's political landscape ahead of the 2027 general election. Speaking at a local TV station on Thursday, September 25, 2025, Cherargei claimed that discussions within the kitchen of the ruling coalition indicate a long-term working relationship between Kenya Kwanza and ODM, one that may extend far beyond 2027. Our working partnership will go beyond 2027. Some of us who are in the kitchen know this. You can take it to the bank, Cherargei stated. He further revealed that the talks include the possibility of ODM producing the deputy president in a power-sharing arrangement. The conversation in the kitchen is whether the deputy president is going to be from ODM. We are still cooking. ODM and UDA working together means there are a lot of positions to be shared, and these positions will be subject to negotiations, he added. Cherargei's revelations raises doubts over Kithure Kindiki's role in a post-2027 Ruto government if ODM UDA pick another deputy president. That's Samson Cherargei, a close William Ruto's ally. And he's not mincing his words. He's saying it very clearly that in the kitchen there is a possibility of ODM party being given the deputy president's position in 2027. They are still cooking. What does that mean? And where does it leave Kithure Kindiki as a deputy president? Let's dig deep into this. If you're watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's proceed. If you look at the current political discourse in the country, we have three strong politicians who, if they were to join William Ruto, then Kithure Kindiki will have no option but to step aside. The first person is Raila Odinga. If Raila was to enter into a political deal with Ruto for 2027, Kithure Kindiki will have no option but to step aside in the event Raila Odinga demands the deputy president's position. If that's what Raila Odinga wants, William Ruto will have no option but to give it to him. Kindiki will have to pave way. The second leader is Rigathi Gachagua. If today Rigathi rejoins William Ruto and demands that he wants the deputy president's position, Ruto will have to give it to Rigathi. Kindiki will step aside. If today Kalonzo Musyoka joins William Ruto and he demands the deputy president's position, Kindiki will have to step aside. Kalonzo will have to be given that position. And I'm saying that because currently, these three leaders, they are controlling their ethnic political backgrounds. Raila controls his traditional support bases. Rigathi, even though the mountain seems split, Rigathi commands a majority. Kalonzo controls a majority of the Kamba Nation, and they can influence these areas into supporting Ruto. I've not mentioned Fred Matiang'i because Matiang'i's support is unique. Matiang'i's support cuts across the country, and I just don't know whether Matiang'i can convince these Kenyans supporting him across the country to support Ruto if Matiang'i will not be the presidential candidate. That's why I've not mentioned Matiang'i. But for Kalonzo, Rigathi, Raila, they can convince their support bases to support Ruto even if they are not presidential candidates. So Kindiki will have to step aside. What can up Kithure Kindiki's stakes on the negotiating table is if the mountain starts rallying behind Kithure Kindiki, which to me honestly is currently lacking. If Kithure Kindiki can command even 60% to around 70% of the mountain's votes, then that can change the narrative. But as it is currently, Kithure is very weak. He can't match Raila, he can't match Rigathi, and he obviously can't match Kalonzo Musyoka. So if there will be a political deal between Ruto and Raila Odinga, I don't think ODM party will go for anything less than a deputy president. And that's something I've always maintained and repeated here. Raila will only support William Ruto's re-election in 2027 if his party will get the deputy president's position. And that's why Raila Odinga a few days ago hinted that there is no deal between him and Ruto. In my honest opinion, again, that was just a way of Raila Odinga forcing William Ruto into giving him a better offer. And the better offer in this case is the deputy president's position. It's a given fact that William Ruto, in a deal involving Raila or Kalonzo or Rigathi, Ruto will remain the presidential candidate. Ruto can't step aside. So the other or the only remaining top position is the position of a deputy president. I've seen some talking about the prime minister's position. As it is, we don't have that in our constitution. So a good political negotiator cannot negotiate for a non-existent position. ODM cannot negotiate for a non-existent prime minister's position. That can be promised maybe to Kithure Kindiki, to Mudavadi, but not these top three leaders I've mentioned. So this Ruto's ally might just be exposing what's being cooked in the kitchen. And that's something I think is in the public domain. Raila, for him to work with Ruto, Ruto will have to give ODM party the deputy president's position. That can change if the mountain was to start supporting Kithure Kindiki, which again I'm not saying. Rigathi by 2027 might still be commanding more mountain votes than Professor Kithure Kindiki. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Those watching us outside Kenya for the first time, drop a comment, let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. If possible, subscribe, give the video a like. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.